Hello, hello, hello everybody, and welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you're a current subscriber or have seen my videos before. My name is Adriana. I am a personal trainer, and here on my YouTube channel I share some of my favorite recipes. I share at home and or gym workouts, and I also talk about PCOS, and in the future I'll probably start adding in some more vlogs. But today it is a cooking video. And I have made this recipe before, but that video did not go that well. But I also haven't made this particular recipe in a while either, until I was reminded of it a few weeks ago when I went to a restaurant out here in Chicago with a friend to catch up, and they had zucchini fritters on the menu. So what are we making today? Zucchini fritters. I love it. When I saw it on the menu, I'm like, oh my god, I forgot that this recipe even existed. It's been that long since I think I made these maybe about a year ago. So I'm like, I have to add this back in at least once in a while into my usual cooking and every weekly meals. So let's go ahead and get started on today's recipe. All right, I have these are probably like medium size. This is a pretty large zucchini, but you want to use 2 to 3 zucchinis. And what we're going to do is actually cut the ends off because we clearly don't want the stems. They're not of use in this recipe. So quickly cut them off. And no, it ran away. Please don't run away. And of course, I already pre-washed the zucchini, so the skin is clean. We're going to go ahead and discard the stems. I didn't pull my trash can out. Next, we're gonna have a bowl and a grater. So this grater has a large side, a tiny side, a sliced side, and the medium side. We're gonna be using the medium, and we're gonna grate all of the zucchinis like so. This is probably the most tedious part of the recipe. But that's all right. And you're going to do that to all the zucchinis. Alrighty, now that we're done with all the zucchini, well, grating it. I should have gotten, I'll scoop it all out of here. It's a little bit more than I anticipated, but that's okay. Make sure you get out from the inside. Put this all together. I'm going to quickly go rinse off my hand before I touch anything else. Okay, for this next part, it's pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and take some salt. And to help with the moisture in this, we're going to sprinkle this with salt, well, removing some of the moisture from the zucchini. Kind of move this around with a spoon. Saturate the salt in here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of zucchini fritters. Go ahead and add some more salt. And we're gonna allow this to sit for about 20 to 25 minutes, just again, so the salt could help absorb some of that moisture. But while this sits, we're gonna go ahead and start dicing up our onion. Okay, for our onion, we really won't need that much of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a few small slices. I tried peeling off the skin as much as I could, but whatever excess skin there's gonna be, I'll just cut it off after this process. We'll remove it like so, because it didn't wanna come off freely. Get out, pop it out, there we go. Put that onto the side so we could discard that. It's gonna pop off on its own. That's good. This buddy. never mind. We're in the clear. So I have a side bowl ready here to go. I'm gonna go ahead and start dicing up our onions into small pieces. Okay, normally onions don't make me like tear up or sting my eyes, but oh my god, for whatever reason, it is today. I heard a trick before. I mean, I haven't used it because, well, again, onions don't really tear up my eyes. Is to have like a piece of wet towel next to it when you're dicing up onions, because I guess onions taken, I don't know, some weird theory like that. I don't know if anyone's have heard of it or tried it before. If you did, let me know. Maybe next time I have onions in a recipe, I'll give that trick a shot. I don't even know why I even remember that. I think I came across it like on TikTok or something. But anyways, I'm gonna do my best not to cry, tear up, but we have our onions right here in a separate bowl. I'm gonna put that off to the side and we're gonna move on to our eggs next. Alrighty, so I have a bowl, I have a whisk, and I got 2 eggs. What we're gonna do is crack this egg, put it in there, discard the shell. Second one, same thing. I get the yolk, well, the egg white, whatever. My hands are pretty dirty. Your hands are gonna get dirty during this recipe. And we're gonna start whisking it till everything is blended completely. Yay, perfect. We're gonna put this off to the side and then we're gonna go ahead and start removing any excess water from our zucchini. So for this part, I suggest having a bowl right next to you, or you could do this over the sink. But I'm just going to do it with a bowl and with an extra bowl and put our cheesecloth in the bowl right here. It's a lot easier process, huh? I'm going to move this egg, these egg yolks, with eggs, where the sides I don't end up spilling it on the floor. And now we're going to move all of our zucchini into we're going to use the same bowl in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down from the inside. Wiping it down, any extra zucchini. That way, not only does it dry it out, but it gets the zucchini out. Now this is going to be, let me wait till this camera, there we go, is the camera focusing? I guess maybe an entertaining part. If you got a kid, they'll probably have fun doing this. But we're gonna go ahead, grab the zucchini in a bowl. As you can see already, some of the, maybe you can't see. Well anyways, some of the water's pouring out. There you go. Green zucchini water. I'm just gonna start squeezing this out. You wanna get as much of that excess water out from the zucchinis. This is why I said the kids might have fun doing this. You know, put them to work, help them make a snack, breakfast, I don't know, lunch, whatever you want to use this recipe for, dinner appetizer. Gotta give the top extra twist. Use their muscles. All right, now that you've pretty much used the zucchini as your own little personal stress ball, and removed as much water as possible, I discard this. I have no use for it, but if you make juices or something else, I'm sure there'll be another, you could use the juices of this for something. I personally don't, so I discard this, but for now I'm gonna put it to the side and come back to our larger bowl and bring that zucchini back in there. Now it doesn't look as much. Bring it back in there. And we're gonna add in our onions. You could add cheese into this recipe if you like. I personally limit my intake of cheese. We're also gonna add in our yolk. Well, not yolk, but our 2 eggs. And half a cup of all-purpose flour. Here I'm using gluten-free all-purpose flour. So again, I limit my intake of gluten. There's only certain recipes and foods I eat that have gluten in it, just because I haven't seen that reaction to my stomach, but most foods with gluten in it irritate my stomach. Or it makes me inflamed. To be more precise, I'm not gluten intolerant or have celiac. It's just certain foods, especially if they're processed. But we go ahead and mix this all in. Want to make sure it's evenly saturated. I'm gonna add in cracked black pepper into this recipe. Measure with your heart. And continue mixing it all in. All right, now that everything's mixed in, we're gonna move on to the final steps of cooking. All right, moving on to the final cooking. Here is a saucepan. Using a larger one will make this a little faster. We're gonna go ahead and start by heating it up before we move on to turning it to about medium heat. I have the zucchini fritters right here, spatula to help press and then flip over. And on the side, all the way, I have a plate to put on the ones that are cooked. So we're gonna give this about a minute to heat up. Yeah, we're gonna have to use some olive oil for this recipe. Alrighty, bring it to a medium heat. Pour a little bit of olive oil. And we're gonna make sure the pan is evenly coated with the olive oil. I'm gonna take about a spoonful and press it down. You don't want to grab too much. You don't want to make these way too big. You want to make sure they cook all the way through. And you don't want to put too many on at once, unless you have a bigger size pan, or using 2 pans at the same time, which probably for time-wise would make more sense. But for the video, I'm going to let each side cook for about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, or until it's about golden brown. And that's when we use our spatula to flip it over. All right, we're going to get to flipping. You're probably going to need the assistance of another utensil. We want it to look like this. If you have to flip it over again, that's okay, to give it some extra time. Oh yeah. We want this kind of nice crisp over here. This one I'm gonna have to probably give it another minute on this side. If you need to add more oil, that's okay. So again, make sure it's coated completely. All right, these are done. Why don't you want to go in a spatula? We're going to go ahead and move them over onto our side plate, allowing them to slightly cool off. We're going to do the same thing. Add some oil. Make sure the pan is evenly coated with the oil. Grab about a spoonful, pop it in there. Make sure it's not too thick. So we want to press it down. And we're going to repeat this process on the rest of the zucchini, but I'm going to do that off camera because I highly doubt you guys want to see about a minute worth of fast forward and silent cooking of these zucchini fritters. So once they're all cooked, I'm going to go show you the final result. Alright, now that our zucchini fritters are cooked and cooled off, they're still warm though, but not like burning hot, or I'm gonna bite into it and burn my tongue. But they're perfect. I love it. Nice and browned, not burnt. And we're gonna go in for a taste test. I'm so excited. I can't believe I forgot about these. And they were so good at the restaurant, so. Well, I definitely took a big bite and I'm gonna eat a bunch of them because they're absolutely delicious. I recommend trying this recipe. Again, you can make this part of a lunch, part of dinner, even I could see this part of a breakfast. I'll probably use my leftovers for tomorrow's breakfast, but I love it. And if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more recipes just like this, or listen more about PCOS, or just see some at-home workouts, I recommend hitting that like and subscribe button. Plus, it's a free way to show support to my channel so I can reach out more to women just like yourself, or a man if you're a man watching this, or non-binary. So I reach out to more individuals like yourself. And with that being said, I'll see you at the next one.